this evening.
Can you describe your emotion with the win here? I know it's preseason, but good win for you today.
It was excellent. Yeah, it continues a lot of really good work that's been taking place over the pre-season, and I was delighted with the performance tonight. Obviously some of the players got longer game time, but a lot of young players that were playing as well. So I see Milan get some very good players, but for us I thought defensively we were very strong, pressed the ball really well, very hungry to get the football, and I thought some of our football at times was outstanding. So very pleasing, and as I said, it's we're here in this tournament to do well, and we've got to the final. So now we hope to win it, as well as getting our preparation right for the start of the season.
Yes, were you surprised to see so many Liverpool fans in the stands tonight? It was obviously a pro Liverpool crowd.
Yeah, I am and I'm not. I've been at the club a couple of years, and wherever I've been, wherever in the world, there always seems to be Liverpool supporters. I've got to say, I was surprised at the number. We're in a beautiful city here, which was great. I was just so surprised that so many got here. It was incredible. Like when we were driving up to the stadium, it was like it was an FA Cup final or a Champions League final. And around the hotel, it was just mobbed with people. So just shows you the sheer scale of the club, the size of the club worldwide, and hopefully, as I said, the supporters are enjoying the football.
Season's very close now. The regular season to start. Obviously, a lot of changes, but things look pretty free-flowing today. What's the biggest difference you think, style-wise, between this year's team and last year's that had a lot of success?
Well, at this moment in time, there's no great difference. I think that we've brought players in that understand the way of working, and obviously a lot of the players are retained from last season. So I think what we have this year, we have greater belief. I think we were probably a surprise for most last season, but I think you see tonight the level of our football, and what pleased me tonight was the maturity. I think there was a real maturity to our game, even with the young players playing, understanding the system, understanding the style, and having that belief that we can win games, and even in pre-season, creating that mentality is very, very important.
James Carroll.
No Daniel Sturridge tonight, Brendan. Is there an update on him?
Yeah, no, Dan's flown back to the UK. He wasn't going to be ready for the game Monday, but there's no concern there. He'll be ready for Borussia Dortmund at the weekend. But it was just best to get him back back to the training ground and get some treatment there.
What was the problem with him?
No, he just had a really, really slight feeling in his hamstring. So, but that was it really. So nothing major.
Sam?
Hi Ben, how are you?
Okay.
Given the opposition, Monday's game, will it be much of a friendly?
I don't think many are, to be honest. I think you see in all the games, Manchester City, they're competitive. These are top players, and top players, every game's a competition. And when you work for a club like Liverpool, it's there's never too many friendlies. So, and you see in tonight's game, very competitive. AC Milan were physical and probably got a little bit frustrated trying to chase the ball. And obviously the game on Monday will be equally as competitive. So, but it's been a really good pre-season for us. We hope to finish it well with the two games that we have, and the most important fixture is the first game of the season.
Brendan, can you describe the Liverpool-Man U rivalry to American audience who might not know just about the intensity of it?
Yeah, well, it's more than football. It's a life, and it's about two cities that are not very far apart. But as I said, historically, they've always been huge rivals. So it's arguably the biggest game in the world, and for it to be here in the United States with the tournament is great viewing for the supporters and for the tournament organisers, because they're the two of the biggest clubs in Britain. They are the two biggest clubs in Britain, and two of the biggest in the world. So it'll be a fantastic game, and as I said, we're looking forward to it.
Any final questions, guys?
Can you speak to what your impression are of the evolution of the game in the United States?
I think firstly you got to look at the supporters. I think there's 109,000 people today at that game, which incredible, really. I think the interest has been generated now in this country, which is incredible. So it's great that the TV and media are all coming together to back soccer, as you call it. But no, I think it's a country that's evolving, and I'm sure, probably the focus will be to win the World Cup in the next 20 years. And if you keep developing as a country and nation like you've done in the last 15 years, then probably will go close, because you get so many great athletes in this country, so many great technicians, in every sport that you're involved in. And so it's only going to be a matter of time before that rolls out into football. So great country, we've been looked after very well. So as I said, hopefully they'll continue to develop well as a nation.
Last question, gentleman at the back.
Briefly looking ahead to the Premier League season, what's going to be the difference in taking the title this year and moving up that one spot?
I think it's going to be the same. It's going to be very, very competitive. All the teams will have thought they've improved, as will we. So the first aim is to qualify for Champions League and then try and build your way up through. And that was similar to, and that was what we done last year. Go into every game, just focus on the next game. Don't look too far ahead. Very difficult to forecast in football, because you never know what the other team will bring to the game. So you can only concentrate on yourselves, concentrate on developing your own players and improving them, and then, as I said, you grow from that. So and that's what we're in. We've got a real winning mentality, and we hope to continue with that into the season.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for the coverage you've given the game.
Cheers. Thank you.